morning, afternoon, middle of the night, depending on where you're at. I'm Allie. This is my channel, Color Mama 360, and I'm happy to have you guys here. Welcome back if you've watched some of my other videos, or if this is your first time, I'm happy to have you here. Today, I'm going to be doing my August completed pages video. So let's just jump right into it with my 2025 coloring planner. This is from Hanna Karlzon, if you didn't already know. And let's just start by taking a look at my prompts and challenges. So these are the prompts and challenges that I want to do this month. Some of the prompts are from other people. Some of the challenges are just things that I want to challenge myself to do. So starting with Frogust, I did complete a page for that. I also did Coloring Bumblebee's Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt. And there was a couple other options, but I thought that I would either pick citrus fruit or turtle, and I ended up picking turtle, so I did a page for that. August, so an animal themed page, I did do a page for that, and then a couple challenges that I just kind of created for myself. That was my dog shaking, sorry about that. Was create a multicolored background. I actually did this a couple times this month, and then experiment with a less used medium, which I did get my new Albrecht Dürer pencils maybe at the end of July, beginning of August. So I used those quite a bit. I don't know if they would count as a less used medium since they're brand new, but I also did use some alcohol markers this month and some Tombow dual brush pens, which are things that I don't normally use. So got that one. And then I did do a buddy color with Steph Colors. And so I will be sharing that too. And that was my first buddy color that I've ever done. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Overall, I completed 1 buddy color, 5 prompts and challenges, 8 pages, 8 books, and none of those books were untouched, which actually isn't true. So I need to change that. I did color in a book that I had just gotten. I didn't think that sounded right. So I do believe that I colored in 1 untouched book because it was brand new. So yeah, that's kind of what this month has looked like. I still have some stuff to fill out. As far as what I purchased this month, wanted to kind of keep that a surprise for you guys. And then I don't really think I have anything to buy. And then my plans for next month too. So that is where we'll start, is with my planner. So first up, as far as pages go, I have a whip in Symphony of Cute Animals. Now this was one that I chose for August, but I actually finished a different one. So I do have this whip that I'm working on. Everything is based with the Albrecht Dürer pencils and activated with water. And then the apples are Albrecht Dürer pencils dry. The green leaves are Prismacolors over the top of the Albrecht Dürer. So I really like the way the apples are turning out, but using those pencils dry is definitely a little bit more challenging as I'm just continuing to learn how to use them. And I've been using Prismacolors for a long time, so I definitely just wanted to kind of do a mix just to kind of get a variety of different pencils on the page. I will finish the apples with the Albrecht Dürers, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do for everything else. I'm thinking probably the majority of the rest of the page will be the Prismacolors over the top, but we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like. So yeah, that is my whip in Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Igusa. Excited to get that one done. Next, I did a postcard in I'm gonna try to say it. Probably not gonna say it right, but mine reached Europa. Probably still not right, but I did this one that I was planning to give to someone for their birthday that's coming up. So the background is Albrecht Dürer's Activated with Water. This was one of my multicolored backgrounds that I did. The foreground, like the van and the suitcases and stuff, that's all Prismacolor. And then we have some on the tires, Ohuhu glitter marker. So the black is the Ohuhu glitter marker, and the red is some sort of jelly roll. I can't remember whichever one is the sparkly one. Stardust maybe. So yeah, did this page just quickly. I think that I would have liked to do the background a little bit better, but the page was starting to kind of crinkle, and so I probably should have just done it different so that I wasn't adding so much water immediately, and then maybe I could have gone back in and fixed the background a little bit, but it's not too bad overall. So that's my postcard from the postcard set, the Europa postcard set by Rita Berman. Just trying to figure out where it's best to put everything. Okay. Next I have Tales from the Witch's Cottage, and I really like the way that this page turned out. So everything was based with the Albrecht Dürers again. So the flowers and the background, the bugs, not these centers of the flowers, but everything else. And then Activated with Water. And then I went over them dry with the Albrecht Dürers again. And then we have some Ohuhu glitter marker on the bees, the black, on the crystals, the blue, on the middle of the flowers, the yellow, on the bugs, yellow and black. So yeah. These, I don't know what you want to call them, dots are also the Ohuhu glitter marker. The only thing I wish I would have done differently on this page was, you might see how there's kind of like the darker brown around the flowers. I wish I would have just done that up here as well, just to kind of almost create like more of a border type feel, because down here the flowers come down much lower, and up here something just seems missing to me. But overall, I really like this page. Definitely a top contender for one of my favorite pages that I completed this month. So yeah, that's Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hanna Karlzon. Next, I have Nightfall by Maria Troll. And this was the page I chose to complete for August. So these little, I assumed they're mice sleeping in a nest. The leaves are just Prismacolor pencils. I believe the flowers, I can't remember if those were based with the Albrecht Dürers, but I know the nest was, and then I went over it with Prismacolors. And then the insides of the flowers are, I believe, the Ohuhu glitter markers. And then I did base the mice with Albrecht Dürers as well. Now, if there's anything I don't like on this page, it's probably the way the fur turned out. I'm just not very skilled and haven't had a lot of practice coloring fur. I did think about just going over them and not trying to do like a fur effect, but I decided just to leave them how they are, because overall in general I do like the page, and so I didn't want to do anything to make me not like the page in case that didn't turn out well. So, yeah, I really like the fall vibe. I know that it's still summer, but I tend to just color whatever I feel like the picture needs or whatever kind of colors I'm seeing. And I definitely was just seeing this one as a fall vibe. So I like the color combination for the leaves and the flowers. Yeah, overall, I like this page as well. So that is my page for the prompt Frogust from Nightfall by Maria Troll. And then I decided to do a page from Matchstick Mouse Winter Coloring Book. I was going to do the page in my planner for Frogust, but just decided not to. And this page was just kind of for fun, just kind of mindless coloring. I really just wanted to try alcohol markers. I recently released a supply collection video, which I will link in the description for you guys if you want to go back and watch that, and realize that I have alcohol markers for like the first time. So I just kind of like wanted to see what it was like to color with them. I did kind of do a little bit of like color pencil over some of the leaves just because I wanted to see, like, again, what it felt like to color over the alcohol marker. And then the mouse is she's color pencil and the tree. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to, again, see what it was like to color with alcohol markers. I'm not necessarily really into like the alcohol marker craze, or kind of like those cute and cozy type coloring books. But I did want to see what they were like, and they were the Prismacolor alcohol markers that someone gifted me. So I had a very small range of colors as well. That's why I chose to do a yellow shoe, is because I didn't really have any other colors. So I don't think I would have really been able to do a whole lot of like blending or anything like that, but it was a fun page just to sit down and do real quick. And it did cover my prompt for Frogust. So that's from Matchstick Mouse, a winter coloring book. Next, this was the untouched book that I forgot was untouched. And this one I did for coloring Bumblebee's Lulu Mayo Scavenger Hunt for Turtle. And I love the way that this one turned out as well. I used a lot of different, well, I was trying to use a lot of different techniques with the Albrecht Dürers. This is the first page that I did with them. And I followed a video from Shell's Coloring Journey, I believe is the name of her channel, of just different ways to use them. So there's some elements that I based and then went over with them dry. There's some elements that I did dry and then activated with water, like all the green leaves. I did those dry, activated them with water, and then just left it. There's some elements that I based, went over with the pencils dry, and then activated with water again. And there may also be some elements that I just did dry as well, if I remember correctly. So I can't remember which are which, but the only thing that was really hard for me in this page was the background. Just trying to work with a new pencil and do that background was a little bit challenging. Well, not the only thing that was challenging on this page. It was just different working with a different pencil. But I'm loving them, as you'll see, because I've used them quite a bit this month. But the background gave me some struggles, but it worked out in the end. So that is from Amelia Mermaids by Lulu Mayo. And then next I have a page that you would have seen in my last completed pages video, because it was a whip at the time. And it's this one. And it may look a little different. I think during that video when it was still a whip, these flowers may have been blue, and maybe the top of this mushroom as well. And I just wasn't liking how that was turning out. So I erased them, but blue's a very dark color. So even after erasing them, you can maybe kind of tell that going over it, it's not as vibrant as these ones because it's gone over like a little layer of blue that couldn't all the way get erased. But I really like how this one turned out too. And I'm glad because it was my first page in this book. The background is soft pastel. I think it turned out great. Definitely probably one of the better backgrounds that I've done. I love these flowers. I bet these ones would have looked a lot better if I had just done them like this in the first place. I like the color palette. I think that it works. I'm glad I changed the color of the flowers because they were just not the right kind of blue, and would have either blended into this top of the mushroom or just not looked cohesive. I like the mouse. I think the mouse could have been done a little better. But yeah, this is another top contender for my favorite page. And I kind of not forgot about this one, but since I finished it so early in the month, I haven't looked at it as recently as some of the other ones. So, oh, I think I forgot to say I used Prismacolors for all the foreground and then some details like the grass is Jelly Roll and the white is Jelly Roll as well. So, yeah. That's my page from Hidden Earth by Rita Berman. Next up was another whip that I finished from Whimsical Gnomes by Teresa Goodridge. And it's this one. So I believe I just had the tops, like the red part of the mushrooms colored. And that was Prismacolor. The sunflowers are Prismacolor. The background is Artex acrylic marker. The grass is Artex acrylic marker. And then there's some small details with the Jelly Roll. So the background's a little dark. Oh, and the border is Jelly Roll too. And I think that's just because of my choice of acrylic marker. I wonder if maybe it would have looked a little bit better with a lighter blue. But again, overall, I like it. It's not one of my favorites this month, but I do like the way that it turned out in the end. So that's my completed page from Whimsical Gnomes by Teresa Goodridge. And then lastly, I have the page that I did with Steph Colors. So my first buddy color. And this is the page that we chose. No, I didn't even tell you the book. From Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. And I will put her page up on the screen as well. The background is soft pastel, and then the foreground is Prismacolor pencil with some small Jelly Roll areas. This page started out really well, and then I think the color palette just got a little wonky. I don't know what made me decide to do a blue house with purple, but I think I was trying to make the page look cohesive, and I think that actually made it look less cohesive. So I wish I would have just done your conventional house colors. And then the background too, I'm not sure why I went dark, light, dark. I wonder if it would have looked better if I'd gone the blue, orange, and then yellow. So yeah, not my favorite page this month, but that's okay. And I enjoy doing my first buddy color. So thank you, Steph, for buddying with me, and hopefully we can do another one again soon. So that's my page from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. And that is all the completed pages that I did this month. Some I absolutely love, some I just like, and I'm trying to think what would be my favorite page. It's definitely kind of hard to decide, probably between these two. Don't know. It's a tough decision. I do like the way this page turned out, and I had kind of forgotten about it, like I said. But this one was so fun to color, and I took my tab out. And I really like the way that it turned out, and I don't think it's a bad attempt for not being very experienced with the Albrecht Dürers. I'm not sure if you can see the glitter marker, but it is. I'm loving those glitter markers. I think I'll probably have to say that this page is my favorite this month. So it was definitely my favorite to color. And I think it's my favorite finished as well. So yeah, that's all of my completed pages for the month of August. Now I will probably talk about this more in my fall plans video. Normally my goal for the channel is to do completed pages and plans videos for every month. But if you may have seen some of my other videos, you may have picked up that I am currently pregnant and going to have my second child pretty much anytime now. So my next completed pages video probably will not be until kind of the end of the fall season, sometime November-ish, just because I don't imagine I'm gonna get enough pages done over the next few months to do a completed pages video every month. So overall, once after November time, my goal is to do one every single month, but for the next few months, I'm just going to collect all the completed pages that I've done and do like a fall completed pages video. So my next completed pages video, you'll want to make sure you subscribe because that won't come out until later this fall. So if you don't want to miss it, you'll definitely want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you can catch that. I am releasing videos still throughout the next couple months. So there will still be videos to watch in between, and then you'll just want to keep an eye out sometime in November for my completed pages, my next completed pages video. Okay, well, I'd be so happy to hear what your guys' favorite page I completed this month was. So let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will plan on seeing you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Happy coloring. See ya.